News 12 Connecticut this afternoon, and horrific accident in Fairfield leaves several Sacred Heart University students hurt. The latest coming up. And trouble on the tracks due to today's heavy rains in our area. Details straight ahead. Welcome back to News 12 Connecticut. I'm Mark Sudol. Rain, that's what we're talking about all day here today. Jonathan's standing by with a few different colors there going on in your radar.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. We're going to continue to see this rain from steady to heavy and maybe a little bit of a break. We may see just a little bit of a drizzle as we work our way through the afternoon. Now, again, we're going to continue to watch for some flash flooding. We can see when things are all said and done, some spots could see upwards to 3 inches. And let's not forget about that wind that is still kicking around. We do have some gusts upwards to 25, even 30 miles per hour. We're still watching this area to be on the moderate side of things when it comes to flooding. We're already seeing some ponding for some areas. Certain roadways have been closed and redirected. Again, we're seeing some flooding and ponding for spots here across Fairfield County, as well as areas up north through Litchfield County. Remember, we've had a lot of rain over the last month, we can say. Certainly, if you remember, just this past week and then open up this week. So that means the ground is very saturated. So it's not going to really be hard for us to find areas of flooding. Bridgeport Airport, notice the asterisk. That means we broke a record for today. Previous record was 1.40 inches of rain. We're at 1.41, and we're going to continue to add to that. Seymour, 2.33 right now. Spots out here across Norwalk, a little bit over an inch. So you're going to need all that rain gear. If you do have to step out for today, umbrellas, raincoats, rain boots as well. We're continuing to see heavy rain here across western Connecticut, and we're not done. Even as we head into later on tonight, we're going to really watch this area of low pressure churn in a little bit more rain again from east to west, and we're going to really find a lot more spots to pick up against some steady to heavy rain. Even again, as we head into tonight, we can really see things pick up again a lot more. And again, don't forget those strong gusty winds upwards to 20-25 miles per hour. Now, let's get a look outside. We're going to turn things over to Angelica, and let's see how things are doing out your way. What's going on, Angelica?
Yeah, Jonathan, everything you've been talking about. The rain is coming down. It's kind of lessening up a little bit right now. It's a little bit light, but we did come into some flooding here in Greenwich. I want to give you a look right outside. This is on North Water Street. Over here where we parked, we stopped right before we got to it, but a car just drove by. It was a U-Haul, and by the time you get deeper down, you can kind of see there's that pickup truck down there, and it does get deeper and deeper. So want to remind you guys, all viewers, to just stop, don't drown, turn around and don't drown. We don't want to damage our cars or put anyone in danger. So if you see any of these flood zones around the area, just turn around and, also check those apps, any of our push alerts. We are constantly monitoring these things, and there's many closures. There's some wind gusts that are coming in and out, just like Jonathan Cubitt was talking about. And also maybe stay inside if you do not need to go outdoors. We're in Greenwich, and we'll continue to monitor everything. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Angelica. Well, New York Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency across New York City, Long Island, and the Hudson Valley due to the flooding. This is the Bronx River Parkway, where, as you can see, the road was inundated with water. And this road in Scarsdale over in Westchester, partially covered with water. Here you can see some drivers taking a chance there and driving through the standing water. Please always turn around and don't drown there. New Jersey also getting hit hard. This car in Fairfield, New Jersey, almost totally submerged. As you can see, the driver had to be helped out of the vehicle thanks to a good Samaritan there. The heavy rain and flooding also wreaking havoc on the rails. Metro North suspending service for a time on the New Haven line and also the Harlem line in New York. This video was sent to us from a viewer who was stuck on a train from Connecticut that got stopped in the Bronx, and they were forced to go backwards to avoid the flooding. Check the Metro North website before you head out for the latest information. Well, now to that developing story out of Fairfield this morning, where 5 Sacred Heart University students and an Uber driver were taken to the hospital with critical injuries following a 2-car crash near the university. Police just wrapped up a press conference. News 12 Connecticut's Lauren Fabrizi at police headquarters with an update.
Mark, and police here say that at this hour, 4 of those victims are in critical condition and that the 2 others are in critical but stable condition. Police say that the students are all from out of state and around 18 years old. Take a look. Here's video of the scene. This all unfolding just after midnight in front of the Sacred Heart Martyr building near Park Avenue and Jefferson Street. Police say they received several 911 calls after the 2 cars collided. You can see the extensive damage to those cars in this footage here. One of the cars is seen mangled and the other flipped over on its roof. Police say that the Uber driver and 4 female students were in the white Toyota and that a male student was in the black Audi. Police say that the 2 cars were traveling in opposite directions on Jefferson Street when the Audi crashed into the Toyota. Police say the girls were headed back to campus and that it's unclear where the boy was headed. Police continue to investigate what exactly caused these 2 cars to collide. Chief Robert Calameras says that the department's crash team is working tirelessly on this case.
Rest assured, we will dedicate all of our resources that we have at the police department to determine the cause of this crash.
First Black woman Brenda Kopchick was also here at the press conference. She says that the town stands with Sacred Heart. Gary McNamara, who's the university's public safety director, says that today, as you can imagine, has been a very hard day for the campus. He says that actually classes at 11 o'clock today were canceled so that a prayer service could be held. We will, of course, continue to follow this story and keep you updated. That is the latest here in Fairfield. Lauren Fabrizi, News 10 Connecticut.
Lauren, thank you for that updated information. Senator Dianne Feinstein has died at the age of 90. The California Democrat was the oldest member of the U.S. Senate, and she had served for 30 years, the longest tenure of any woman in history. In recent years, the senator had battled health problems and appeared frail, but she kept working. Connecticut U.S. Senator Chris Murphy had this to say about the passing of Senator Feinstein. "I'm so grateful I got to know her and serve with her." And Connecticut Senior Senator Richard Blumenthal issued this statement. "I was proud to work with Senator Feinstein on issues that she championed tirelessly over decades, like gun violence prevention and civil liberties protection. She never backed down." A federal government shutdown this weekend appears imminent. So far, talks in Washington have gone nowhere. But what would a shutdown mean here in Connecticut? It could have far-reaching effects, but not right away. The first impact would be at a quiet farmstead in Wilton, where the leaves outnumber people most days. Weir Farm is the state's only National Park Service site and could be forced to close as early as Monday.
It's sad to think that they could close and you might not have access to these locations.
Other impacts may take a while to see. Across Connecticut, approximately 8,400 federal employees could be furloughed or forced to work without a paycheck, covering agencies from the FBI to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Well, there could be a rematch in the hotly contested 5th Congressional District battle between former State Senator George Logan and Congresswoman Jahana Hayes. Logan posted on his social media pages that he will make a big announcement on Monday at 5:30 p.m. He's expected to announce that he is running again. Logan narrowly lost his challenge for Jahana Hayes' 5th congressional seat during the general election last November. The future of Trumbull Mall is up for discussion, but officials are firm that the mall will remain a centerpiece in town. The town is working with consultants on ways to improve the 59-year-old mall into a community hub. Options range from doubling down on retail, including grocery and entertainment, or a commercial village, including outdoor recreation, senior living, medical offices, or a hotel. Among concerns of crime, blight, and COVID-related attendance fall, consultants emphasize the core business is strong, 500,000 visitors a year and millions in revenue. Well, a sport that's big across the pond is gaining traction right here in Connecticut. Our Suzanne Goldklang introduces us to a diverse group of athletes playing a sport called netball.